So the last person to go was actually Scalz. So that is the end of our activation. So we go back to rolling for the darkness, holding back the darkness, and we get a 3. And the darkness goes down, and we go to a blood splatter, which means we have to draw a darkness card. Cave in. With a thunderous crack, the ceiling begins to fall in. Each hero must pass an agility 6 test or take d6 hits from fallen debris. That's not good. Okay, so we'll start with Scalz. He has an agility of 3, which isn't bad. They both have good agility, actually. So we need a 6 or higher, though. And he gets not a 6 or higher. I think he's going to spend a grit to re-roll that. You get to re-roll your whole roll. And, oh, he still fails. So he's going to take d6 hits. So he takes 5 hits. He still can roll 5 defense. 3 or more. He gets 1. He only gets hit by 1. So that's 1 damage. Alright, not a big deal overall. And now Grey Wolf has a 3 agility, but his adventure boots give him +1, so he has 4 agility. And he doesn't roll a 6 either. I think he's just going to take it and not spend his 1 grit. See how many hits he gets. 2 hits. And he's 4 more to block him, and he blocks a 1. So he takes 1 damage. Remember, he got +1 health, so he's back to 10 health, which was what he normally started at. So that's good for him. Alright, so we failed the darkness roll. We got a darkness card. It wasn't the worst one, though. There's many worse cards than that to worry about. That's for sure. Sorry, I'm just double checking. I'm turning my phone's auto turn off, so I keep trying to upgrade my guys, and I have to restart the phone, a little bit. So, all right, we're good to go. So Indian Scout is in. The cave-in is done. 1 damage apiece from that. Not a big deal. So looks like Grey Wolf is up. He rolls a 1 for his movement. You know what? He's going to spend that 1 off the bat, because you could spend the grit you get to re-roll a move. He's going to do that because he wants to get. We want to get to the here. All right, he gets a 5, which is a 6. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to head right here on the edge of the map tile. Let me double check that you guys can see that from where I'm at. Not too well, looks like. There we go. He's going to get right here. And I don't think he's going to look into the next room yet. We're going to try to get Scalz up here, but he'll scavenge because we haven't scavenged this room yet. And he fails on that. Alright. So now Scalz is up. He rolls a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he gets there. Nice. He's going to look in the next room. Why not? Let's see what we find. So we find a mid-passage, no exploration token. So this kind of slows us down, which sucks a little bit. But, I don't know, I guess it could be worse. Let me go grab that real quick. Alright, so the mid-passage, move these guys a bit. Eventually we're going to have to take some of these off, because that's just the way the game works. You have to take these tiles away, because the tiles are so big, your table has to be ridiculous to fit everything. Alright, I know there's a little glare here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the best to get rid of it, but I wasn't able to get rid of all of it. So they're both on the edge of the tile. They both, Scalz looked through, so his turn is done. So we are going to roll for darkness. And we got an 8, which is good. So we don't have to move the darkness. The mid-passage goes away now. And Grey Wolf is up. He rolls a 3, which is a 4 for him. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4 to the edge of the tile. I think he's going to scavenge while he's here. He gets a 6, so we get our first scavenge of the game. And he gets a small... Actually, it's their second scavenge. He gets a small find, which is 10 XP, $25. So let's see. 10 XP for Grey Wolf. Puts him up to 50 XP. And that's the first amount of money he gets, $25. Alright, so this gets shuffled back in. He is feeling good about that. So Scalz will roll for movement now. He gets a 2, so he's not going to get to the edge of the tile. We gotta add the scavenge token on here. So that kind of sucked. I don't want to use his grid on that. I think we'll just go for a darkness roll and hope we get a good one. 7. Actually, we opened up 2 rooms. I didn't move the darkness thing down. Okay. 7 plus 5. Ugh. Darkness meter goes to 3 out of 16. It's moving up or moving out. All right. So since we're in the end of the mine here, we're gonna have Grey Wolf goes first. He's going to look through to the next mine room. And he gets the track stop. Alright. That's a new one. I don't think I've ever had that one. I haven't played a lot since I've gotten the expansion, the second core set. So some of these I haven't seen. So let's grab this tile real quick and be right back. Actually, now that I look at this tile, I think I might have seen it before. It might be on the City of Ancients one. That's what it looks like here. Alright, so this one goes in at this end. So we're going to have to take apart some of this stuff here, which is what you're going to have to eventually do. You don't ever really go backwards in this game, so taking it apart to go forward is pretty, it's kind of what you need to do because it's just so big. The tiles and everything. So he's here. He's here. We know we scavenged that tile. So we'll do that for now. I have something to try to block the glare, but I just cannot keep it blocked. I'll work on doing it, hopefully getting it better next time. Alright, so we get an exploration token on here. And that's it. So Scalz is up. He's going to try to get up there with Grey Wolf. He rolls a 4, so he's going to chill right here and wait to see what happens. So let's flip this exploration tile. Ooh, it's one of our clues. We need 2 of them, remember. So that's our first clue. We also have a gate to another world, but on this specific intro adventure, you don't actually use those, it said. You ignore them. I don't know if it said to turn it into a... Let's see. Gates to other worlds will not be used. Just says gates to other worlds won't be used. Doesn't say that it's a door or not. I'm assuming it's... We'll just turn it into a doorway instead. I think. Because it doesn't say what to do about it not being it's not used. We'll just say it's a door for sake of saying. So we have our first clue, which is good. So we got to find out what door it is. So it's a 2. So the door is straight ahead. So the closed off space, we can take this one from back here, is right here. That's how we'll just do it. So we can go straight ahead. God, that glare is like so annoying. I really apologize, but there we go. That kind of works a little bit better for what we're doing. Okay. Alright, so this is done for now because I'm not using the advanced version yet. Normally you would pull a encounter card specific to that room, but we'll be doing that in future installments. But we did get an encounter, so we do pull the top card of the mine encounters. And we get explosives. Nice. The room is filled with crates of dynamite and barrels of gunpowder, much of it spilling out onto the floor. Some of this could be useful, but you had better tread lightly as it seems unstable. Any hero ending their move on this map tile may search for usable dynamite. If during a fight, this counts as an attack. Make a scavenge roll. For every 5 or 6, you gain a dynamite. For each roll of 1, every model on the map takes d6 wounds with no defense. Ouch. Okay. So that could be rough. And that stays in play, so this tile all the time has this. D6 wounds with no defense could really hurt our guys, but dynamite is very useful in this. Let's see what we do. I've decided what to do with this. I would take this back tile off. We're not going to be going back there. Come on. Well, technically we could because there's an open space. I'll leave it off to the side. Okay, so we have to hold back the darkness. 7 or more. Actually, 7 or more. So we got a 9, so we're good. Okay, Grey Wolf is up. We need to book across this tile. He gets a 6, which is a 7, so he gets to move quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's all the way over. Should he go for dynamite? I kind of want him to go for dynamite, but I don't want to blow everybody up. He has a grit, so he could re-roll it, I guess. Actually, I don't know if you can re-roll scavenge. Yeah. I don't know, actually. Alright, no ones, no ones, no ones, no ones. Oh, he rolls a 1. I gotta see if we can re-roll scavenges. Alright, it doesn't say you cannot use grit to re-roll scavenge, so I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to use his grit to re-roll that. Hopefully I don't get 2 1s now. Alright, we did not get any 1s. We got 2 5s, so that is 2 dynamite tokens. Yes. Your bags could hold 5 items, 5 tokens. So, Grey Wolf has 2 dynamites and a bandage now. And Scalz has 1 dynamite. So that was sweet. I'm not going to do another one of those, but 2 of those is pretty awesome. Okay. This is how Scalz moves. He rolls a 4. Excuse me. He's heading here. And he ends his turn. He can't do anything. Well, he could search. Well, he searched for usable dynamite, which is a scavenge roll, but it's not a scavenge. So Scalz could actually scavenge the tile separately from that. It's a separate thing. So he's going to do that. And he fails anyway. Okay. So now we're going to roll for the darkness. We get 9, so we're good on that. Alright. So Grey Wolf is up, and he's going to look into the room and see what's coming. And we get a T-junction passage. Another worthless card. We're trying to move along, and that's holding us back. Alright, so we find the T-junction. It goes in this side. So we can move this back, add it in. There we go. There's 2 doorways out of a T-junction that we use. There's no actually doors that we roll for. There's no exploration token added to it. So it's just a new room. Alright, so Scalz is going to move. He gets a 3. 1, 2. He's going to move into the room and scavenge it. Gets 1/6. Nice. Alright. So, let's see what we get. We get nothing here again. I think we got that already. 10 XP. Scalz is up to 60 XP. Okay. Not finding much for scavenging, but we haven't gotten any really bad cards either. The scavenge deck's like a third good, a third bad, and a third of like nothing. So we've basically gotten the nothings so far. So he's done, so roll for darkness. 8, looking good. And Grey Wolf is moving. He rolls a 2. Ugh, it's the worst roll. He gets to move 3 though. He can't go diagonal there. 1, 2. He can't get to the edge of a tile either. We scavenge this tile though already. So he's gonna go 1, 2. I guess we'll go this way. 3. He's pretty much stuck. So Scalz is gonna move 6. He's gonna move to the edge of the tile. Normally I would like to wait, but I kind of want to get a move on here. So he's going to search into the next room and see what we find. And it is a mining room. There we go. So there's a big room that we're going to look into. Let's go find that. Alright, so we get the mining room. It's a big room. Let's knock off the back one here. Add this one in, like so. This explosives are gone. We're not heading back to that room again. So we find the mining room here. Scalz is looking in. Grey Wolf is still a little farther behind than him. Exploration token. And that's it. So Scalz went last, so now we roll for the door. Well, actually we flip the token. And it's an attack. A straight up attack. No clue. One door. So let's see which one the door is. The card goes like this. 1. The doorway is to the right. So we cap off this end. And do another cap. It'll look like it. Cap off this end. There we go. Alright, and we have an attack. So 2-player game, little threat card. And we get more Hellbats. Really? P Hellbats again. Wow, okay. So Peril Die of Hellbats. 4 Hellbats. Wow, deja vu, huh? Same thing we had last time. Okay, so they drop down to the farthest away from the heroes on the left. Farthest part of them away from them, left of the heroes. From the entrance. So left of the... Wait, hold on. Sorry, I kind of know this. I don't know why I'm getting weird about it, so I want to make sure I get it right. So it's, yeah, left of the way the heroes are coming in first. So if you're looking at the way it's in, it's the right. Okay. Which means it's here. So the first Hellbat goes here. You actually put these down into it's interesting. You go from the back. Lowest initiative goes first if there's multiple enemies. The slower guys are farther away. And you do a checkerboard pattern. So 1 there, 1 here. Then we go 1 here. And then we go 1 here. Like so. So they go on a checkerboard pattern, and then if the whole tile fills up with enemies, which does happen, then you just come in the back and you just fill in all the spaces. Alright, so we got Hellbats again. We've already seen them, so we know what they can do. They're good at doing extra horror hits every time they hit, and they're fast. So they're going to start the fight with initiative of 6, but we actually first go back around. The end of the turn came, and we have to hold back the darkness, and we get a 10, so we're good. Okay, so Hellbats go first. So they have a movement of 12. So they can move. So you start with the closest enemy to the heroes. You roll a random, when there's nobody on a hero yet, you roll the die randomly, basically. So 1, 2, 3 is Scalz. It's Scalz. So they go around the backside to make room for other enemies, because they can't go through them, their own characters. So this guy's going to go basically behind Scalz and attack from here. Then the next one has to go on Grey Wolf. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can get all the way behind him. Then the next one is random, because they each have a guy on them. So it is Scalz again. So this guy could easily get here behind him. So that's going to actually break off the chance for... Well, actually it doesn't, because normally it would, but the Hellbats can actually go through other models. So that's one of their abilities. They fly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so he could fly right over these guys and go here to go after Grey Wolf. So they each got 2 on them. Okay, and then the Hellbats, after they move, they get to go. So 2 on Scalz, that's 6 dice, remember? They get 3 combat each. Let's move this back a little bit. There we go. And 3 or more hit, and all but 1 hit. So that's 5 hits on Scalz. So he gets 5 blocks, 3 or more. Blocks all of them. Look at that. But every time they do a hit, they also do a horror hit. So Scalz has to roll 5 willpower save too at 4 or more. And he failed miserably. But he can re-roll a single willpower roll once a turn, so he's going to do that. And then he blocks 4, so only 1 gets through. So that's an awesome... that bear claw coming in handy. Alright, so then 6 attacks on Grey Wolf. And that's 4 hits. So he needs 4 more to block. And he takes 3 hits. Uh-oh. He's going to take them too. He's only got 1. He's got no grit, actually. Huh. And he also takes 4 willpower. He's got to save his sanity. 4 plus, he gets hit for 2 sanity. Alright, that's not good for those guys. A little rougher fight to start with than last time we fought these guys. Alright, so Grey Wolf is up. He rolls to move. Gets a 6, so he doesn't get his grit back. And he is not going to move. He's going to turn around and beat on those Hellbats on him with his Indian hatchet. He doesn't have a grit though, so when he gets 2 dice... Actually, he's going to shoot, because of his carbine he gets 3 shots. So he's going to use his carbine. 4 plus to hit. The Indian hatchet gives 1 more damage, but it's only 2 dice. If he gets a grit back, I can use it to get 4. He's going to shoot with his carbine. So he needs 4 more. If he gets a crit, nice. And that's it though. But the crit is an automatic hit on these guys. So he's going to kill the one behind him. And that is 10 XP. Puts him up to 60. And he's done. So Scalz is up. He's going to roll the move. He gets a 2, which does not get him a grit. He's just going to stay where he's at. And he's going to shotgun. 4 more to hit. Gets an 8, which is an automatic crit for the shotgun. So he's going to kill this guy here, which is 10 XP for Scalz. puts him to 70, and when he kills an enemy with his Rolling Thunder, if he rolls a 4, 5, or 6, he gets a grit back. Gets a 4, so he gets a grit back. Nice. And once he kills an enemy, he can kill another one. One more shot. 4 is a hit, not a crit though. So he hits. He's going to shoot at this guy. Actually, no, he's going to shoot at... No, he has to shoot at that guy. You have to shoot at an adjacent enemy if there's one next to you. I was going to try to have him hit the guy firing at trying to hit Grey Wolf, but he can't do that. So we basically need a 3 or more on this. Got a 5. So he blows this guy a new one. Which gives him another 10 XP. Put him to 80 XP, which is nice. And he could roll for another grit, but it's pointless because he already has 2. Okay. And that's the end of the round, so roll for darkness. Oh, double 4s. Doubles, you don't move the darkness track up, but you have to... There's a depth event chart that happens. So when you're in the mine, you have to do whatever the double is. So you get fallen rubble with double 4s, which basically says the rocky sealant of the mine shaft is unstable and prone to collapse. Each hero in the mines immediately takes d6 hits from fallen rubble. Alright, Scalz takes 1 hit. He gets to block it, 3 or more, and he does. And Grey Wolf takes 4 hits, so he gets to go with 4 or more. Ooh, he takes 3 other hits. So he's at 7 damage out of 11. Actually, Grey Wolf is struggling in this fight. He took some damage in this fight, and that rubble has messed him up. Alright, so that's the end of that. So now the Hellbats are up, but their special ability is that they get to change targets each turn. So 1, 2, 3 is Scalz. You may go after him. Gets a 2, so he's going after Scalz. So he's going to move right here and go after him, staying from behind him. There's only 1 though, so that's 3 dice. That's 2 hits. Scalz has to save those, and he gets hit for 1 wound. And then he has to save on the willpower too. And he saves both. So no willpower damage, no sanity damage. And now Grey Wolf is up. He's going to roll the move. Rolls a 4. I think he's going to move. He has to roll an escape test if you're adjacent to an enemy. The escape test for Hellbats is 3 or more. So he rolls 4 to move. Now you roll, and if you get a 3 or more, you're actually able to move past them. Or else they kind of keep you in place. He rolls a 4. Okay, because we're going to try to work our way out of this room. So he actually gets to move 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you could draw a line from yours to the middle, so you can shoot him from here without going through a black end. So he's going to chill there, and he's going to fire his carbine at the Hellbat. That is a crit and a hit. So obviously the crit is going to work and kill this dude instantly, since they have 1 health. So that's 70 XP. And that's the second fight we got through with the Hellbats. That's pretty good. Okay, so we get to roll for catching our breath. Scalz gets 2 wounds back, and Grey Wolf gets 2, and he's going to take those in wounds as well. 2 wounds back. Okay. And then we get loot cards. 1 card of enemies. 1 source of enemies, I guess. So first, Scalz gets gold bars. 20 XP, 250 gold. I think he's got that before. Yeah, he has. So that's 100 XP. He's up to 500 gold. That's pretty awesome. Grey Wolf gets cash. 20 XP and 50 gold. Or $50. So he's up to 90 XP. and $75. Scalz got $500. He's got 75. It's all right. You can share your money. You can pool your money when you get back to town and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, so that is that. So that worked out decent. We had a couple fights and we've gotten through them. Both have been Hellbats, who aren't the worst enemies in the game.